Good morning, Metaverse. I'm Thor with the OCG Guild, and I'm going to talk about the 6 most powerful financial tools that I look at when analyzing a play-to-earn game to see whether it's worth my time. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, then stay tuned, listen up. I don't have a catchphrase, so just let's get started. All right, so the most powerful financial tools that we have at our disposal, I start out with passive income and looking for the potential for passive income in a play to earn game. This is when you make earnings, you get rewards without having to put out active effort. And that would be something similar to staking an NFT to get rewards when you have yield farming that is available and you have an interest rate that you get from making your NFT available in the game. Something for an example of an actual game would be Star Atlas. You take your spaceship and you stake it in the minigame score, and all you're doing is maintaining the resources in that ship to make sure it doesn't deplete those resources. And as long as it doesn't deplete those resources, it's constantly making you rewards. And so that's a couple minutes a day to be able to manage a few ships. That is very close and very passive type of work to gain the income. And so something like that would score pretty high, where the amount of work to put in for the day is in the matter of 10 to 20 minutes. Something a little bit more time intensive would be, for example, Townstar. I have my NFTs staked in there. At the beginning of each month, I go on the monthly server and I spend about 2 hours and set up my town system. And then it's able to generate the income required to complete the day's tasks. And then for the rest of that month, all I do is I log in, let my town run for a few minutes a day while I do something else, usually on the computer alongside with it, and then claim the rewards after 20, 30 minutes of letting it run. So in that way, it's very passive. It still would score very high in how I do it. Now, in something like Axie Infinity, where I have to play each round and I'm choosing which card goes here, that's a much more active play for getting those rewards. And so that wouldn't score as high in the passive income aspect. So the second part I look for is collateralized lending and leveraging. So the ability to take the currency that is related to the play to earn game and go onto the decentralized finance world and find something where I can lend and leverage my funds. And this makes it so I can turn my pool of funds and multiply that. I can put my chunk of, say, Ethereum into Aave, and that Ethereum I'm exposed to Ethereum, but I'm still able to pull out funds, collateralized funds, in order to invest it into a play to earn game on the Polygon blockchain, for example. I would switch over to Matic, and then I'd be able to use essentially the lent money from Aave to purchase items in that game. And so that then multiplies the amount of resource that I have at my disposal, and that represents my wealth generation. So collateralized lending is very important, and if I'm able to find a way to use the game's currency or to easily convert it into a currency that I can do that, then that would score high in that regards. Then we go on to compounding interest. Again, this is working usually with decentralized financing, where compounding the interest, I take my interest that I've earned and I can roll it back into, say, a yield farm or a liquidity pool. Also in games, Star Atlas again, for example, I can earn rewards and then buy more ships. Or in Townstar, I would buy more NFTs. I would buy a water tower with the rewards that I've collected, and I'm able to roll that back in and have it start making income, passive income with a interest rate, and therefore compounding my interest. Then the fourth part is looking at the asymmetric bets. So when we're early on into a project, asymmetric bets are all over the place. It's when you can put a little bit of money in for the potential of a very large return. It doesn't even have to be a high percentage win rate. All you have to do is win one, and if it's 100 to 1, then you get 100 times your money back. And in these early adoption phase of play to earn earn gaming, there's a lot of asymmetric bets available. And to be able to analyze that and come up with whether it's being undervalued at the moment, which watching when there are dips in the market, a good time to get into those games in a scenario where you can make an asymmetric bet. And so that's the fourth item that I look at for play earn games. And then going on to the fifth part, outsourcing and scalability. This is real important when you're thinking about creating a substantial business around the play to earn game. If I want to look at making thousands, tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars, I can probably do that by myself in the way that this market has been behaving. But if I want to look at creating real business and expand out, I need to be able to scale my operations. And so the community build standard of scholarship programs and lending programs has been phenomenal. The fact that it is almost a necessity for games to now create their own lending and scholarship programs built into the game is making this a lot easier. And if I can do that, then I can reach out and get 10, 20, 30, even 100 scholars that are playing my NFTs, and I'm able to build my portfolio and scale at a very impressive rate for some of these games. You're not giving up 50% of your income to have somebody else play your games, but at the same time you're able to find this equilibrium that it's benefiting those people and it's allowing you to scale to a much larger level of investment into the game and productivity. And then the last part is the taking action now. This is where the movers and the action takers really come in, and that's what I look for. And it's games that are ready to go now. There's plenty of games that are out there and are in development and are looking to release maybe in a year or 2 years. They have some really great concepts, but nothing that you can actually earn on right now today. And so that's a very important part for me. If I'm going to be taking $10,000 and I have two different play to earn games, if it doesn't have a earning mechanism that's active right now, then it's very hard for me to speculate and put my capital towards something without earning mechanisms. And that was a major decision making point where I'm looking at, do I put money into Mirandus, or do I put money into Illuvium, or do I put money into Star Atlas? Now, Star Atlas had the mini game and it was up and running, so that I could take action now. Illuvium is the next one that's going to be coming up, and I'm really excited for that because when I can take action on that, it fills all the other ones very nicely. And then I'll have to just wait a little bit longer for Mirandus. And that's a major one. It might be the last one on the list, but it's the last one because it's the most important. And when analyzing all these things, potential is only realized once there is earning mechanisms in play active right now. So those are the 6 different powerful financial tools that I use to pick which play to earn games to get into. I hope that gives you a little bit of a roadmap to help sift through all the different play to earn games that are coming out and really pare it down to the best 2 or 3 projects that you can really focus and do great. So hopefully I hope this was helpful. And if you found this useful, then don't worry about liking or subscribing, but please share this video with someone you think it would benefit, and someone that you think would take action on this, because it is an amazing environment that we're in right now. And I would really love to see the action takers have the greatest benefit from great combination of business financing, cryptocurrency, and play to earn gaming. So everybody have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Good morning, Metaverse.